Hey YouTubers, update time. Oh, hang on, I'll turn off the bloody welder. Done this side, kind of uninteresting. Fixed all the poor repairs are here above the guard and down there. Leaving this one at the moment because I'll end up replacing the whole sill, so I'll do it then. And done the rear quarter, pretty happy with that. That is. Mostly straighten this out. I'm going to hang the rear doors before I worry about the final shape, just to make sure that it all goes smooth. I'm going to have to replace this bit up here because this gutter is started to rust out and they're an absolute prick through here, so I've got someone to cut me out a bit so I can replace this whole bit where these previous repairs have been brazed in, so I'm happy about that. Took the fuel tank out. Fixed up a whole heap of holes here in the boot. You can see those two big ones back there. This originally would have had an LPG tank in it, and those were the holes left over where they ran the tubes up to the engine bay. And down here, these ones were for where there was a tow bar mounted, and a whole lot of little ones where they had other mountings for the. And I've started stripping some of the doors. I did this one the other week. It's currently covered in dioxidine to protect it from any rust forming, which is why it's that colour. Overall it was pretty straight. The only issues that we had with it were previous rust repairs, which I had to go over and do properly. There are all these ones in the bottom of the skin, and even though it's hard to see, there are ones there down the bottom of it, which are usual sort of rust cases for these. Now I have to repair these rear doors because they're specific for a statesman. You can't just use sedan doors, they don't match, but the front ones do. Here's the other door, which I've been working on currently, so there's a glare from the light on it. It had a really bad repair just here underneath the body line, and it had really put quite a scallop, or a real low spot, which was about half an inch thick of a low below where it should have been, and the whole thing was just covered in bog, and I mean the whole skin was just caked in filler, which was really depressing to find. So I've already done a fair bit of panel beating on it. It needs a bit more, bit of planishing, a few other wee dents. Hopefully I should get most of them out. I probably won't be able to get these ones out that are right next to, in here, right next to the corners, where I can't get the dolly in. This one of course has other bad repairs under here. Can't see them too well, but what was really disappointing is the state of the front doors. This is the passenger side. This also was absolutely caked in bog. I've actually used some of the metal here for another repair I did. Absolutely caked in bog. So I thought, screw it, I'm not going to piss around with these piles of crap. So I've actually stripped the skin off this one, and I'm using this just for sheet metal. You can see the frame that it came off just here, and I mean the frame that was on it isn't in that great a nick as well. It's full of rust, and I would have had to do a fair bit of repairs. And the driver's door, if I just hold it here, you can see where they've replaced the lower part of the skin, and they've just filled it, covered it in filler again. That was a really bad repair. And of course the bottom of it is just full of rust holes where previous repairs have been attempted. Now, I'm just going to scrap the pair of them. Unless someone really wants them who's locally, I'm just going to scrap those doors and use these ones, which I luckily picked up about 6 months ago. I might have had it shown a bit of it in one of the vids, but I thought, well, these came up for auction on the internet. This one's in bare metal, but it's just got crap over it. These came for auction on the internet a wee while ago with some front guards as a package. And I thought, stuff it, I'll buy them, fix them and sell them off for a profit or have them for a future project, but it looks like I'm going to be needing these. They're pretty much 99% rust free. That one had a fair few dents in it, which I've pulled out most of them. But in the grand scheme of things, it was a bloody good find, because rust-free, straight HQ doors in New Zealand are like hen's teeth. They're really hard to get, and if you can find them, they cost you an arm and a leg, and these weren't too bad, so I'm pretty happy about that. So that's where I am at the moment. Apologies it hasn't been updated quicker, but my computer broke and I've only just gotten it back today. But I think we're getting a little bit of progress. I can fix these two rear doors and they'll be reasonably okay, and I've got those ones to replace for the front. More panel work's needed, but I think I am kind of getting somewhere if it hasn't been taking a bit longer than I really wanted it to. So there you go, guys. Project's taking a bit of time, but hopefully we'll get there. And yeah, so it's panel work for the next wee while anyway. And then hopefully, I'm really hoping that by the end of the summer I might have a bit of primer on this thing and start blocking it down. That's the plan anyway. Let's see how we get on. See ya.